Hello everyone, and thank you for being here on You Were There. I hope you're safe and healthy wherever you are. As always, the Christian Broadcasting Network and its partners are making a difference around the world. But before we get to that, let me share a little but powerful secret. Fix your eyes on what makes you move. Push towards the vision you were born to fulfill and endure the turns on your way there. Jesus did it, and look at how that turned out. Pat Robertson did it, and we have impact across the world through the Christian Broadcasting Network. Abigail Ekutene did it, and here's her story.
As a young girl, I had dreams of owning my own TV show. I would imagine myself sending invitation to guests and bringing them to the studio, asking questions and all of that. Even when I didn't know what a studio setup looked like. Let's just say I had zeal without knowledge. Now, I believe that that is something that vision does to you. It stays in the front, part of your heart. It's right at the center until it comes together somehow. And I found myself in CBN Africa, the Christian Broadcasting Network Africa, several years later. And it was an opportunity to learn the ropes of production. So I had to understand what TV production was all about. I had to understand what editing was all about. And I kept learning. When the opportunity came to produce and host a women's television show called Living the Life, I knew this was my chance and I wasn't going to blow it for anything. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to facilitate conversations that are aimed at improving the quality of women's lives in Africa. And up to now, I'm still living that dream. What makes all of this special is the fact that by helping CBN fulfill its vision of producing quality Christian programs that is aimed at reaching the unreached with the gospel of Jesus Christ, I've been able to fulfill my own dreams as well. And I see this play out between CBN and its partners. I see so many CBN partners who have dreams of impacting their world, reaching the less privileged with the gospel of Christ, but don't know how to do so. And by incorporating their vision into CBN's vision, they're able to see that dream come to pass. So I ask you today, what is that dream you have? Do you have a vision of touching the world, impacting your generation with the gospel of Jesus and helping the less privileged, but don't know how to do so? By signing up to become a CBN partner today, you can impact those lives and see those dreams come to reality. If you want to give portable water to whole communities, sponsor cleft lip surgeries, if you want to empower women, you can do it through that partnership, that collaboration with CBN Africa. So make that call today, and through collaboration, we can touch more lives than we can ever imagine.
If I was to title that, it'll probably be The Unveiling. What a beautiful journey to a fulfilling end. By choosing a life of impact, she's inspired countless others. Just like the other partners of the Christian Broadcasting Network, by choosing to give monthly, you bring hope to millions of people around the world, like the youths of Ubaike community in Enugu State. Take a look.
It's a day of celebration for Ubaike community in Enugu State. Today, a dream long dreamt is becoming reality as they take possession of a vocational training center and palm oil mill facilitated by CBN Africa and funded by the Irish Embassy in Nigeria. His Royal Highness Dr. Owakwe Simon Onoja Ohabuenye II, Eze of Ubaike Ozi Kingdom, welcomes the guest with a traditional presentation of kola nuts. Of course, the kola nut in Igbo land has its own language. It's time to commission the projects.
What we are witnessing today is as a result of a proposal I submitted with the CBN Africa. I told them these three things. fashion and designing, hairdressing, and barbing, in addition to palm oil processing.
There is a vacuum in our place. We have what we call abject poverty.
Especially the school leavers. When they finish their school, they will be roaming about. They have nothing doing.
The CBN Humanitarian Department heeded the call and reached out to the Embassy of the Republic of Ireland in Nigeria for support. And the people of Ugbaike were ready as they provided this building to house the project. Soon, the sewing machines, hairdressing and barbing training materials, and the palm oil processing equipment were ready.
The reason we decided to support this project was because of the quality of the work of CBN Africa, their partnership with the people on the ground, their dealings with the local community, the leaders, the traditional rulers here, and therefore the confidence that we have that the project will be a success and will make a real impact on the lives of everyone here.
The whole project itself was provided to ensure that we will transform the lives of the youth of this community, so that they can become self-sustaining.
As the beneficiaries start work in earnest, they are certain that the future is much brighter for the community.
Those school leavers and the youth, and those that are not able to go to school because of poverty, when they come here after their apprenticeship, they can stand on their own.
His Royal Highness Dr. U.S. Onoja can hardly hide his excitement as he expresses the appreciation of his people.
Your Excellency, the Irish Ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Shinhoy, we salute you and cannot thank you enough. The anchor person of CBN Africa, Dr. Felix Osamoje, and your management team, we appreciate you all.
Thank God the youths of Ugbaike got that life-changing opportunity. Now they have a new direction for the future and can make a difference in their community. With your donations, CBN partners, you change lives for the better. How does that make you feel? Fulfilled? Excited? Humbled? Well, those emotions and more motivated a man to make a lifelong commitment to changing the world. You're going to want to see this.
Hello and welcome to our interview segment on You Were There. This is a platform where we get the chance to have a one-on-one chat with ordinary people who are passionate about changing their world. And today we have a very special guest in the house. Together we'll be exploring his life's journey in this ministry called CBN, the Christian Broadcasting Network. He is the Regional Director, Anglophone West Africa, and together we'll just be learning from his life. Thank you, sir, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for always being here every and any time we need you.
Well, like I always say, I'm a man under authority. Whatever you want me to do, I'll be here.
We are so glad to have you. Today we're just going to be learning from your life, like I said. And personally for me, every time I've had the chance to talk with you behind the scene, I just leave feeling blessed. You know, your life has continued to inspire me and so many people out there. You've been in CBN for so long a time. Do you want to tell us how many years?
21 going on 22. If you add the 1 year I worked as a volunteer, 1 whole year, actually almost 18 months as a volunteer, that will be going to almost 23.
Wow. 23 years of consistent commitment, consistent passion, sacrifice. What would you say is responsible for this?
The thing is, when you find an organization that whose values match your values, whose visions match the vision you have for your life, what I would simply call, there was a value alignment between my values and what CBN stood for. And with that, it's not difficult to stay in an organization, because once what you stand for or what you look for in life, you find an organization that becomes a platform for you to be able to actualize some of those visions and dreams, it's very easy to be able to stay as long as, again, you want to.
Okay, I would like to know how easy it was for you when you sense that God wants you to, walk in this direction.
Interestingly, I will probably describe this that I had like a two-part vision journey. There was a time in '88 specifically, I had watched a lot of the programs of CBN, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching those programs. Another Life was one of them, the Christian World News was another, and then the 700 Club. And at that time, I said to myself, I really, really would love to work in this organization.
Wow.
So I remember writing a letter to Pat Robertson in the US.
Oh, wow.
Well, did I get a job in CBN? No, I didn't. After that, well, I moved on, as it were. I moved on with my life and found myself lecturing in one of the federal universities in Abuja. And so my dream and vision changed. In '98, exactly 10 years after the letter I wrote, I got the opportunity to come to CBN as general manager. Then there was a struggle. Should I go? What happens to the dream of being a professor? It wasn't easy. I battled with it. I kept asking counsel from all kinds of people, hoping that somewhere, somebody would say, I think you should remain in the university. But everybody I talked to said, well, it looks like this was designed for you. We think you should take it. So I had to abandon the dream of being a professor and took up the job in CBN to become the general manager at that time. And this was in August 1998.
So would you say that you have found fulfillment staying on this path that you decided to
I mean, it's easy. Like I told you, when there's a values alignment with the organization, it becomes easy. Maybe I shouldn't use those very high-sounding words.
Okay.
Let me paint the picture for you like this. Imagine you are doing something that is your hobby. I don't know what your hobbies are.
I like acting.
All right? So acting is your hobby. Imagine you are acting as a hobby, and then you get paid for it. What other fulfillment are you looking for? I've always believed that the media is critical to the scriptural verse that says, and all the world will hear, and then the end will come. I'm paraphrasing if you remember that scripture. I see that media is a veritable tool to be able to not just get the message to the people, but get it to a wide audience that will make it easy for that end that we all crave for to come.
You said you came in as the general manager some 23 years ago. Today you are the regional director, not just in Nigeria, you are overseeing so many other countries. So what would you say, how would you assess our growth rate from the time you came to where we are? And if you can project to us the future the vision you have, where you want to see CBN in a few years to come?
The truth is, you cannot grow an organization without growing the products of the organization. It is the things you do. As you do them and you keep increasing and improving what you do, then that becomes a necessity. It brings the necessity to add more hands in order to expand the work that you do.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all that you do. And my prayer is that God will take us to that desired place where we want to be. No, like I said, let me give you an opportunity to paint a picture. Where do you want to see CBN Nigeria?
Where I see us going as an organization is get to a point where we own our own studio facilities, and we're trusting God that will come sooner than later, so that from 5 programs we can get to the point where we are producing on a weekly basis, maybe producing 15, 20 programs. I see that is one of the visions. And then on the humanitarian side, because we are not all about just media, we also do a lot of humanitarian work. I dream and I have the vision one day when we will have these long trailers that will be packed with foodstuff, building materials, and we can go to a whole community maybe has been ravaged by disaster, and we can go there and build houses for the downtrodden, for the very poor of the poor within those communities. We're not talking of giving them money to buy zinc sheets or buying 10 bags of cement. We go there from ground zero, build them a whole house so they can go in there and they will be sheltered from the storms of life. That is the vision, and I'm trusting God that a lot more people will join us in this vision, partner with us so that together it becomes easy to take this vision to the world, where we are not only able to help people spiritually, but also we're able to help them physically. We want to be the voice and the hands of hope for this generation.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. And my prayer is that this all will come to manifestation. Just before we let you go,
all right.
Of course, you know, when children come before their father, they don't go without a blessing. Do you want to leave us with a word?
The simple word I will leave is that when you find yourself anywhere, first question you should ask yourself, why am I here? Why did God bring me here? And then do everything in your power to add value to that place where you find yourself. The moment you begin to add value to any place, any organization, it could be work, it could be church, it could be just an association, the moment you begin to add value, trust me, value will be added to you as well. And then you make yourself indispensable to the system because you are adding value. No system wants to push somebody out who is adding value to that system. The problem we have in society today is that most people go in the system, it's what's in it for me? How much are you paying me? What am I going to get? What are my benefits? Hey, how about add value first and then see what comes back to you? We do not lose anything. Instead, we gain when we give.
Thank you so much, sir. And every time I think about CBN, I just imagine if Pastor Robertson didn't say yes to this call.
Yep.
I imagine the millions of people who have been saved, the impact that have been made globally if he hadn't said yes. And that's the power and vision. Thank you so much, sir, for being here.
Pleasure.
It's been a joy talking with you.
Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you.
Where there is no vision, it's easy to lose control, right? Especially when you have so many choices. If you haven't found that one thing you were made to do, now's a great time to discover it and give it all you have. Because when you find it and you give value, you get value back, just like Dr. Felix said. Now, men and women across the world are given value by changing lives near and far. Would you like to join these world changers? With a monthly donation as low as 1,000 Naira to as high as 84,000 Naira, you can do just that. You can change the story of a poor widow. You can shelter an orphan. You can feed a hungry community. You can give water to thirsty lands. Just log on to our website and call any of the numbers on your screen and sign up to become a partner with the Christian Broadcasting Network. Together, we can truly change the world. Don't leave just yet. You Were There. We'll be right back.
save their little boy. You were there to speak the truth, send the gospel near and far. You were there to change their lives right from where you are.
Thank you, CBN partners, for making a difference around the world. Your gift of love has changed life and eternity for millions.
When hurting hearts reach out and cry, does anybody care? You were the one who brought the gift. Thank God that you were there.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is You Were There. And today we've been talking about the power of vision. If you missed all the action, connect with us on social media for video bites of this episode and all our other programs. That's at 700 Club Partners _NG on Instagram and Facebook, and 700 Club Nigeria on Twitter. That's not all. If you'd like to talk to us about anything, just call the number on the screen. We're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to pray with you and walk you through whatever you're going through. It's that time when we have to say goodbye. I hope you had an amazing time on the program. We'll be back next week with more, so do join us. Until then, goodbye and God bless you.